Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Luther Vandross, the observed American vocalist, lyricist, and record maker, left a permanent imprint on the music business both as a foundation entertainer and a performance craftsman. At the hour of his passing in 2005, Vandross had amassed a total assets of $40 million, a demonstration of his colossal ability and far and wide allure. The Velvet Voice's smooth, deep tones made him a one among the business's greatest names over his famous lifetime. He loaned his voice to tracks by incredible specialists, for example, David Bowie, Donna Summer, Diana Ross, among numerous others. Vara's excursion to fame started decisively when he turned into the lead artist of The Gathering Change in the 1980s. The Gathering accomplished critical business achievement, and this period ended up being a critical venturing stone for Vandrose. His residency with Change exhibited his vocal ability and set the stage for his performance profession, branching out all alone. Vandrose delivered his introduction solo collection around the same time, stamping the start of a productive period that saw him produce a progression of hit tunes. His performance vocation was recognized not exclusively by his strong melodies and smooth R&B tracks, yet additionally by his vital two-part harmonies that reverberated profoundly with crowds all through his profession. Vandross sold more than 35 million records overall, a momentous accomplishment that highlights his worldwide allure. His music was not simply monetarily effective. Vara's commitments to music were perceived with various grants, including a noteworthy 8 Grammy grants. These 4 were for Best Male R&B Vocal Execution, featuring his steady greatness in the class in 2004. He accomplished a vocation high by winning 4 Grammy grants in a single evening, including the esteemed Tune of the Year for Dance with My Dad. This sincere track, an accolade for his late dad, became one of his most cherished melodies and remains a powerful indication of his ability and profound profundity. Sadly, Vandross died soon after the arrival of Hit the Dance Floor with My Dad. However, his inheritance gets through. He is recalled not just for his exceptional vocal ability, but additionally for his capacity to interface with audience members on a profoundly close-to-home level. Today, Luther Vandross is commended as one of the best vocalists ever. His music is proceeding to rouse and move new ages of fans. Luther Ronzoni Vandross Jr., the praised voice behind the notable number Hit the Dance Floor with My Dad, was brought into the world on April 20, 1951 in New York City. His excursion into music was profoundly established in his family's energy for the craftsmanship ingrained by his folks. Mary Ida Vrose and Luther VR Sr. brought up in the Alfred E. Smith lodging projects in Lower Manhattan. Youthful Luther was encircled by a dynamic, however, once in a while testing local areas that molded his initial encounters. Luther Vandross Sr. worked as an upholsterer, accommodating the family with a talented hand, while Mary Vandross adjusted the requests of a profession in nursing with supporting her youngsters' melodic gifts. The Vandross family was saturated with music, not just through their own advantages, but in addition through more distant family associations. Luther's auntie Patricia Vandross, an individual from the 1950 SDD UAP bunch, the Peaks, further lighted the family's music melodic fire, displaying the expected that lay inside their bloodline. Luther's melodic capacities showed right on time. By age 3, he was at that point investigating the keys of a piano, and by 5 he was taking formal examples. These illustrations, anyway, were simply a beginning stage. A lot of Luther's expertise was self-trained as he spent innumerable hours rehearsing and consummating his method, exhibiting a phenomenal devotion and enthusiasm for music from such a youthful age anyway. Life was not without its difficulty. In 1959, when Luther was only 8, his father died, a misfortune that significantly influenced the family. Following this misfortune, Luther and his mom moved to the Bronx looking for a new beginning. It was here that Luther's melodic excursion took on new aspects. He joined in William Howard Taft Secondary School, where he kept on drenching himself in music alongside companions Carlos Alomar, Robin Clark, Anthony Hinton, Diane Suler, and Fonzie Thorin Luther for a vocal gathering called Shades of Jade. This gathering was instrumental in his initial profession, giving a stage to refine his execution abilities. Shades of Jade, along with 11 different gatherings, became associated with the melodic theater creation Listen, My Sibling, which was facilitated by the famous Apollo Theater. This open door denoted a critical achievement for Luther, permitting him to exhibit his gifts on a lofty stage and acquire important experience in the music business, later moving on from secondary school. Luther momentarily went to Western Michigan College anyway. His energy for music was areas of strength for excessive disregard, driving him to pursue an urgent choice. He exited school to seek after his music profession full-time. Luther's melodic splendor wasn't just recognized, it was celebrated across the business with an outpouring of lofty honors confirming his place among the best in R&B history. His honors incorporate a shocking assortment of respects, from Grammys to Soul Train grants covering classes like Best R&B Melody, Best R&B IS Collection Tune of the Year, and Best R&B Execution. He indeed even got the NAACP grant for Exceptional Tune over his renowned vocation. Vandrose won 8 Grammy grants and 8 American Music grants, showing his remarkable ability. Also, far and wide allure, the sheer number of his Grammy assignments, 31 altogether, features the reliable acknowledgement of his melodic virtuoso. Every assignment and grant mirrored his devotion to greatness, demonstrating that no award was past his arrival at VR's impact was not restricted to the studio. He turned into a natural face on notorious network shows, counting Saturday Night Experience, the This Evening Show, the Rosie O'Donnell Show, the Arena Lobby Show, Strong Gold, and Soul Train. These appearances exhibited his flexibility and charmed him to a wide crowd. Luther V.'s venture stretched out into the political domain, as did his incessant exhibitions in Washington, D.C., at introduction occasions. Celebrations and Christmas parties solidified his status as a cherished figure among political elites. His music, what's more, character acquired his solicitations to probably the best social occasions featuring the regard and adoration he instructed past the music business disease and passing in. 2003, the music world was shaken by the fresh insight about Luther V.'s serious stroke. The amazing artist, known for his profound voice and ardent verses, was at his home in New York City when the stroke struck. This well-being emergency left him in a state of unconsciousness for right around 2 months, significantly affecting his capacity to talk and sing. Vandrose, who struggled with diabetes and hypertension, found himself bound to a wheelchair as a consequence of the stroke. However, through sheer assurance, he at last recaptured the capacity to stroll notwithstanding his well-being battles. Vandrose's soul stayed whole in any event. During his recuperation, his ability kept on sparkling at the 2004 Grammy grants, albeit unfit to go to an individual. Vandrose seemed through a pre-taped video to charitably acknowledge the Melody of the Year grant for his contacting ditty, "Hit the dance floor with my dad's powerful words. At the point when I bid farewell, it's never been for a really long time since I have confidence in the force of affection," repeated his relentless positive thinking and strength in a contacting second, and his mother Mary acknowledged the honor for his sake, representing serious areas of strength between them. Unfortunately, VR's well-being proceeded to decline, and on July 20, 2005, he died at 54 years old due to confusion from the stroke. His demise denoted the conclusion of an important time period in music, abandoning a tradition of extraordinary tunes and sincere verses. Van's memorial service held at Riverside Church in New York City was a demonstration of the significant effect he had on the music industry and the existence of those around him. Prestigious craftsmen, for example, Arthur Franklin Patty, named Stevie Miracle. Dionne Warwick and Houston offered recognition to him through their talks and exhibitions, respecting his memory with sincere words and soul mixing. Songs in his last resting place at the George Washington Commemoration Park in Pamis, New Jersey. VR's heritage lives on, deified in his ageless music and the recollections he abandoned manor in Connecticut, in the quiet town of Greenwich, Connecticut. Situated in the midst of 14 sections of land of quiet environmental factors, lies a grand home once possessed by the incredible Luther Vandross. Thanks for watching this video.